Good evening, my YouTube family. I hope everyone is doing well. It is Thursday night. Yeah, you could probably tell by my voice, I'm still feeling a bit under the weather, but it is what it is. I needed some me time. I'm going to do the best I can not to snot rocking anybody or get any germs on anyone. It's a good thing we're social distancing at this point. I'm not sure if I just have a bad cold or if it's allergies or a combination of both, but I'm trying to work myself through it. I've got a nice hot cuppa. If you don't know what a cuppa is, it is an English cup of tea. I have a brand new Dollar Tree haul to share with all of you, and I've been looking so forward to it. I did spend some time outside today. It topped out at about 78 degrees here in the Hudson Valley. I just recently came in. I took a shower, got my hair all slicked back, got a t-shirt on, and I am in for the night as dusk is now approaching us here in the Hudson Valley. So every single item in this video, a buck and a coin, $1.25. Now, I have two items that I'm going to share at the very end of the video, and those items are from the plus section. There's one item that I paid $5 for, and there's one item, that I paid $3 for. So I'm going to share that at the end of the video. I also have a piece of Happy Mail, and I'm going to share that at the end of the video as well. So if that's something you're interested in, please stay till the end. All right, grab your emotional support pickle, grab your hot dog, grab your wish list. This video is probably going to be not a whole lot. It's definitely not all that in a bag of chips, but I did have some things that I picked up, and I wanted to share them with all of you. If it hasn't been for my Tylenol, and these guys here got me through the night. This is actually another bag. Yeah, I have to get the family size because I was just pounding these. These are really good. They've been helping me with my throat and just kind of feeling blah. All right, let's rock and roll, shall we? Let's start with just something in the baby section. This is just too cute. I got a couple of them to put in my donation bin. These are by the company Be Pure. It's so self-explanatory, it's not even funny. But how about some peanut butter and jelly? Oh my gosh, these are so cute. They're baby toys. This one here crinkles. And then you've got the nut here with the little smiley face. And then the nut pops in and out. Are these not fun or what? I think these are absolutely going to fly off the shelves. I thought it was so cute. So I grabbed a couple to put in my giveaway, not my giveaway bin. Oh my gosh. My donation bin. Oy! Maybe I had too much Tylenol today. All right, I'm just in this head fog. It's weird because my ears are just like I've got off a plane. And all I hear is the rushing of the ocean. I wish I was sitting and listening to the ocean right now. But it is in my head. Truly it is. Okay, so that was kind of it in the baby section. I really, after that, have all kind of beauty and makeup stuff. But there was a couple things in the kids department aisle, my bad. I don't know who makes these, but they are called sticky crawlers. I found two different versions. You're going to get 12 pieces in each package. This one here has all different kinds of dinosaurs in here. And it says, throw them, catch them, super sticky. They're like those sticky things that, if you wing it up against the wall, it'll probably stick. So I'm looking at the back of the package, and I see there's 4 different ones. You can get one that's all different spiders, one that's all astronauts, one that's all dinosaurs, which I just showed you, and then another one I found, which is all unicornies. They're super, super sticky. Here is what you see on the back. Those are the 4 different ones that you can collect. I didn't see those, but I probably wouldn't have picked those up anyways because I'm really not that interested. Some more new face masks. I love this packaging. And I've said it a million times, but it's so absolutely true. I worked in retail a lot in my younger years. And end caps and packaging is key, because if a packaging isn't attractive to you, you're not going to get it. And I couldn't relay that more and more and more. These are adorable for a little gift basket. These are by Miss Spa. blueberry smoothie mask, and these are 1.18 fluid ounces. And what's cool about this is it has this little resealable right here. So if you're a smaller person, or say you want to do it with a child of yours, your daughter or niece or whatever, you know, you can squeeze out what you need and then save the rest for them. Or maybe you could get more than one application on your own face, depending on how much you utilize. We all have different, you know, ways we apply things, heavy, thick. It's like when you go to Dunkin' Donuts. I don't care if you order the same drink every single time and they have a set amount of stuff they're supposed to put in there. Everybody's hands are different. You have light-handed people. You have heavy-handed people. Sometimes you're just going to get one of those people that'll just do the pump and be like, I'm one of them that are like, you know, here comes the caramel sauce, but that's me. So that's what I'm saying. So we have blueberry smoothie. We also have mango. And one more, which I dropped on the floor, of course. And by the way, this is an all-woman-owned company, if you're wondering. Last but not least, I found watermelon. Again, I don't know how many different ones they have, but I thought that was super cool. You guys can probably see part of my ice cream cone lit up back here. This is the one that I got from the plus section at Dollar Tree the other day. I just have it shoved right there because I'm contemplating where I'm going to hang it up on the wall. And I do have two, by the way. Alrighty. Excuse me. I did find, staying in the beauty section, which I have quite a bit. This is by the company Ioni. This is in the color Red Rouge, and it is a lip mask. Look at this packaging when I bring it up super close. So you get this little like honey pot right here, and you're going to twist off the top of the lid. Do you see that little stick right there? It's like a little honey thing for when you're doing honey. It is so cute. It's real. It comes out of the packaging. I also found it in the color pink. And there it is again. And this one is by Ioni. And you can see this one a much better. That little stick right there. It is so, you know what? Let me just show you guys. This stick is so cute. If you do like doll houses or things like that, you could definitely, or if you're into miniatures, you could totally use that in your miniatures. So here's what it's going to look like in the package. And then let me show you the little one that comes with it. Just too cute. There it is right there. How adorable is that, right? Oh my goodness. All right, so staying with Ioni, they also had this, and I got two of them because in the summer, I tend to feel, you know, we're wearing less depending on where we live. So shoulders, cleavage, all different places like that. Sometimes you just need a little bit of highlighter, like maybe up on your shoulder blade if you're wearing a cutout shirt or something like that. This is Golden Wheat. It is by Ioni. It's a highlighter cream stick. I want to try this out here. This looks kind of cool. I like the powders, but I guess a good cream is good too, because you can always put the cream on, and if you don't like it, you put the powder on top of your cream, and then it just stays longer anyways. So here's the actual container, which is super cute. There it is. Now, it does have a little safety cap, which I absolutely love that. And then there is the color. So I'm just going to give it a little twist. I'm not going to go too crazy. And I'm going to put it right there on my hand. And there it is. Gorgeous. I am so glad I got two of them. I knew I was going to like it. It's a beautiful color. Again, on your cheekbones, on the cleavage area, on your shoulders, all different places you can put your highlighters. All right, so staying with highlighters, they also had this, staying with Ioni. It is called Loyal Gold. It is a liquid eyeshadow. But just because it's an eyeshadow does not mean that you can't use it as a highlighter as well. There are lots of sparkles going on in here. It's a nice full-size tube. I use these kinds of things all the time because you can use your products in different ways. You know, obviously you don't want to put something in your mouth or do something like that, but here's your actual stick. Now, here's the highlighter I just showed you. So I'm just going to wand this one right next to it. They look really close in color. Let me just fan this one out just a little bit because this one is actually more gold. Now, there would be absolutely no reason why you can't get on a plane, fly to Vegas, and be wearing some of that, right? So pretty. I love these kinds of colors in the summer months. All right, I'm just going to wipe these down a little bit. And then I'm going to have this gorgeous hand full of all kinds of shimmer and glimmer. And it's just like a little extra pop. Okay, they also had by Ioni this, which is a matte primer. I was like, what? They have primer? I've never wore a face primer. And maybe as I'm getting older, you know, there's more wrinkles and stuff like that going on. Maybe really, Beth? Maybe a primer would be a better option for me. Because my skin isn't, you know, it's not what it used to be, right? All right, so here's the primer. This is so cute. Here it is. Look at that packaging. Let me give you a 360 all the way around. How adorable is that, right? I could see like somebody getting a bunch of these. And you know how sometimes there's like little short videos on Facebook or YouTube and they're filling up these trays with all these miniature things to put in their purses and stuff. This would be perfect for that or for travel. It has a seal. I'm shocked, but I absolutely love that. So I'm going to take the seal off. And I'm going to go right here where we got all this sparkle going on. So I'm just going to put a little dab there. And there it is right there. So if you're looking for the color, there it is. Now, I'm not professional. I don't know if primer is supposed to have a color or what. I'm not very educated on it. I'm going to be straight up and forward. I need to educate myself more. However, it went into my skin and it's like gone. So I'm going to give that a try and check it out. Okay. Don't be hating on me now. Don't be hating. I did find One is the Loneliest Number by Be Pure. The lime green case. I was like, oh my gosh, I jumped so high in the air, I think my panties fell off. No, I'm just saying. Oh my, I probably shouldn't have done that. I was so excited. But then I rounded the corner, and I was like, oh my gosh, the hot pink. I'm like, oh, for shizzle my dizzle. I was so excited, so very excited. I totally have lost count of how many different variety cases there are, let alone hand sanitizers, because there's so many out there. When I think I have them all, I don't. But with that being said, I was very fortunate to come across another new scent. And I was like, they were limiting to 3 each, which I think is like totally acceptable. But hey, that's just my opinion. And this is the one in the poppy scented. So cool. I was so excited because I do know that this is one of the new ones. So I was like, whoop, whoop. Really happy to find those. So I'll be keeping one for myself. You know, probably give one to my daughter or my friend. And then keep one for who knows. You never know. Alrighty, so I had the munchies just a little bit, not too bad. I did pick up the 6-pack of some Butterfingers because normally they're the 5-packs now. Remember back in the day when they were 12? Then they went to 10. Then they were at 8. Then they were at 6. Now they're like going down to 4. That's just kind of crazy. But I do like my Butterfingers. They got a super fresh date on them. So I grabbed myself some of those. And then I saw these. And of course I had a blast to the past, and I saw them and went, oh my gosh, they almost look like chiclets. They kind of do. They're not real chiclets. I wish they were, but they're not. But these are the Canals. And I was like, oh my gosh, they have cherry flavor, which I'm not a big fan of. I'll probably give those to somebody. But they have banana flavor, which I totally want to try out. And I'm looking forward to tasting the grape and the apple because those are fun flavors for me. You're going to get 4 little cubes in each package. And what's really cool is each of these are individually wrapped too. So they're fun, like if you want to throw a couple packs in your purse or you want to throw them in your glove box or in your tote bag. I think that's kind of fun. Alrighty, I did pick myself up some of this Power Stick, and it's the Extreme Cool Blast. It's in the 2 ounce size. I really like the way this stuff smells. You know, when you get kind of funky like a monkey, you know, you want to smell good. And that stuff, I don't know what it is, but I really like it a lot. So I was happy to find some of that. I came across this in Makeup and Beauty, and this is a Real Jade vibrating roller. Requires a AA battery, not included. So these were kind of, I think, more leaning going for like Mom's Day. But they had them in Makeup and Beauty. And I just wanted to see. Kind of thought it was going to be purple, but I guess not. It's more of like a pinky thing. So here's the actual piece of jade right here. Do I have batteries? Of course I have batteries. I always have batteries at my house. So where did I put them though? All right, so let's give this a try. I'm just curious to see if it works. Well, it would probably work better if I put the battery in the right way. Oh my goodness. All right. Hey girl. That's my girlfriend Danielle going by. She's so funny. She sees me in this room because she goes by the street there and sees the light on. So she honks. All right. So it's got off and on. There's only one speed, on and off. Now, here's how it sounds. I'll be quiet for a moment. It's very quiet, but I feel this all vibrating, but maybe a little bit. I don't know. To each his own. I can tell you that this is like really cold. I don't know. I have to think about that a little more. Anyways, this was made by, who made this? Did I even tell you guys? Be Pure. My bad. Alrighty. So I told you that at the end of the video, I was going to share two things with all of you. And these items came from the plus section. The plus section is like, you know, it used to be an aisle where everything was more than $1.25. But unfortunately, the way Dollar Trees are rolling now, everything is all over the place. So you really got to pay attention to your shelf tags, and you really got to pay attention even more because half the time the shelf tags aren't right either. I saw Miss Margot from Margot Halls and All share this the other day on her video. I was like, oh my God, I got to get one of those. She mentioned about putting some fairy lights in here. What an awesome idea Margot had, and I think I'm going to steal it from her. It has this beautiful little crystal knob like you would find on a fancy dresser. And then it's tin on top, and it twists on and off. Use this for a candy jar. They had a couple different ones, but this one was giving off like pastel pinks and lilacs, so I had to grab this one. They had another one that was more of a whitish color, and it was giving off like blues and things like that, but I just had to get this purple one, lilac pink, and then the lid itself is like in a rose gold, which I absolutely love. So plenty of sweets and treats for this jar, or do what like Margot mentioned and put some fairy lights in there and put it up on a shelf. That would look gorgeous, like lit up on her cabinet behind that tree she has. So this was $3, and I thought it was well worth the buy. Now, for those of you that know, or maybe you don't, I fly. I've been flying since I had a passport when I was not even 1 year old. I think I was 8 months when I had my very first passport. However, I just came back from California recently. And, you know, in the airports, you're cruising through and looking at stuff, and you see all these people carrying around these, like, neck pillow things. And, you know, some of them blow up, and some of them are collapsible, either here or there. You go look at them in the airport, and they're, like, $40. Like, really? Like, I'm not doing that. It's just me, how I roll. So Dollar Tree had some. Now, they had a couple different versions. They were all $5 each. They had some that were like really, really over full, and then they had some that were really like under full. So I went for one of the ones that's over full, and they're just calling it the travel pillow. It was $5. So I tried it on. So as you can see, there it is. It's like donuts. Or you could probably sit on it, you know, if you want on your butt. Anyways, get rid of all the tags and everything. There's a snappy thing on the front. And I had my boyfriend put this on, and it didn't fit him. It was way too small for him. So he would probably Not that first thing he said, he goes, I ain't using that donut thing. I was like, no, just try it out. I'm just trying to get a measurement, you know? But for me, it fits perfect. Then you put your snap on, and how I know it fits perfect, because I can spin it, like, all the way around. I see some people on planes wearing them like this and just, like, nodding out. But for the majority of people, they wear them like this. And I gotta tell you, when you're in the middle row, and you got a hootenanny on one side and a wobbly wooblebat whatever on the other, and you don't have much room but like this, you know, you don't have anywhere for your head to go. So I saw all these people, and they're just like, or else they're like, oh my God, you know, I need one of these. So I said to him, I go, if Dollar Tree comes up with any of these things, because I was going to go to Five Below, I said, oh, you can wear it as a hat. Oh, anyways, Dollar Tree, $5. They had all kinds of designs. Go check them out. I was really, really happy to find them. Alrighty, I had mentioned that I had a piece of Happy Meal I wanted to share with all of you, and I'm so aggravated. And I just saw my mailman today, so I'm going to have to give that boy a few words. Because, oh my gosh, Gloria and her husband, who are in Massachusetts, by the way, which aren't very far from me at all, sent me a card, and it got delivered back to them. And then they sent me another card, and on the front of the card it says, Beth, just so you know, it's not your fault, it's late. The post office, and it says, P.S., the post office needs to get an emotional support pickle. I swear, let me cover up Gloria's address. I don't care if you guys see this, but oh my gosh, there it is right here. Look, wait. I'm just going to tear it out because I have your address, so check this out. I've laughed so hard, and please don't think that I do not see the stamps that you put on your cards. I saw this 70 Dodge Charger immediately. But there it is right there. I'm not lying. Excuse me. Already, I can't laugh. Folks just don't understand how hard it is being the Easter Bunny, hiding eggs, making chocolate, filling up baskets. It's a lot of work. Well, when you taste good with cranberry sauce, you'll have my sympathy. Happy Easter. Give thanks. The Johnsons, Stanley, Gloria, and Truffle. What a gorgeous card. I just got it. I am so sorry. I am going to have a chat with my mailman tomorrow and be like, dude, you know better than this. But in his defense, he's a sweet pea. There's a possibility there may have been somebody else delivering that mail that day because, to be honest,